Ladies and gentlemen, we're solving for these two problems here, okay, but we're going to do it one at a time. We're multiplying these expressions. So what's going to happen? So we take the first one. So this is 4a times, parenthesis a to the second power plus 3. So we're going to do 4a times a to the second power, and the same 4a times 3 in order to remove the parentheses and combine like terms, all right? So 4a times a to the second, first thing you got to do is to recognize that there is an invisible one right on top of the a. All right, so any variable that doesn't show any power has an invisible one there. Okay, so then what's going to happen? So this will be 4 then. So a power 1 times a power 2, what do we do to the power when we multiply? We multiply the base, we add them up. So 1 plus 2 is going to give us 2, so it's going to be a power 3. Okay, then plus 4 times 3, which is 12. All right, and then a to the power 1. Is there anything else to combine here? No, because we cannot add these two variables. They don't have the same powers. So your final answer is 4a to the third plus 12a. And ladies and gentlemen, you are finished. You don't need to put the invisible one there. Once it's not there, we know it. Okay, you know it as well. All right, thank you. So we go to the second problem here. So we have parenthesis 3a to the second power plus a times parenthesis 5a times b plus 4. So the first thing we got to see is that we have a as variable inside the first parenthesis here, but we cannot add them up because this one has, a different power, and this also has a different power. So what's going to happen after that? So this one is equal to what? So we have 3a to the second power times 5ab, correct? So that'd be what? 3 times 5 is 15. Okay, then a 2 plus 1, because there's invisible one here, there's invisible one here. Okay, so when we multiply, it's going to be 2 plus 1, it's going to be a3. But what's going to happen to the b? You just bring it down. All right, so that's the first, the outer. So that is 3a to the second power times 4. So what is 3 times 4 is going to give you 12. And then you bring down the a to the second power. Are you with me? Okay. Then we go a times 5, ab, correct? So one invisible one in front of a, because that's a coefficient, doesn't also show up, okay? And then this is also another invisible one, so you can put this one as well, 1 there. So it's 1 times 5 is going to give us 5, all right? And then a power 1 times a power 1 is going to be a power 2, because remember, when you multiply the base, you add in the power. So 1 plus 1, that gives you 2. Then the b is going to be back. And then the last thing here, 1a times 4. 1 times 4 is going to give us 4. All right. And then 8, 1 times 8, 8 times nothing is just 8. So this is what we have. Is there anything that we can combine together here as like terms? No. Because a to the third b is different than a to the second power. It's different than a to the second power b, and then it's different from a. Ladies and gentlemen, you are finished with your problem. All right? Thank you.